I think one of the best things that we can do to show compassion for ourselves and for other people is living with a certain amount of intentionality. Hey everybody, I'm Jen Anderson, and I am the author of Call for Compassion, Building Compassionate Leaders for Collaborative Workplaces. Just today, I had heard about a friend of mine who passed away unexpectedly, just very, very recently. And it was really sad. It was really like one of those moments of, I remember reading the post on Facebook and then just flopped back in my chair, like, what just happened? What is going on? She's this healthy, vibrant, amazing woman. Her name is Heather Dumas. She's an amazing trainer, and she does all this wonderful stuff to help people with learning about their bodies and taking care of them. And she was working with great people to help them to really take care of their health. And she's married, kids. She has this really full, big, beautiful life. And at the time of this recording, I don't even know how she passed away. And so, well, all that is getting sorted out. It just got me thinking about how important it is that we live with this intentionality. So what's interesting about it is that right before I saw that post on Facebook, I was in a conversation with a client who was telling me about his a toxic work environment that he had to leave. And what's interesting about that is that as he was sharing all these things with me, I just kept thinking, man, like this is tough. And he was discussing how important it was that he just walked away from it because it just is so unhealthy, so bad. So the reason why I tie that back to intentionality and compassion is that I loved his intentionality of saying, no, I can't do this anymore. This is not good. This toxic environment is not healthy for me. So while I'm on the phone with this guy having this conversation and just loving that he's being real and honest and leaning into what's really going on, I'm on the phone with him, or a Zoom chat, I should say, and I get a call on my cell phone from a longtime friend of the family. I call her my summer mom because when I was a kid, I would go spend a few weeks in the summer with her. She never had any children of her own, but she thinks of me and my brother as her like kids, kind of. And we just love her. Summer mom, I love you, I love you. So she called me, and she doesn't normally call me. It's very, like, this is a very rare thing that she actually calls me. We'll text once in a while. So I thought, well, I'll finish up this Zoom chat here with my client and then I'll give her a call. She's this 85-year-old lady that lives in the mountains, and she was out there dealing with her chickens, and she's just this great old hippie. I just love her to pieces. So I totally have a piece of food in my mouth. Yeah, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to edit that out because I can't make that stuff up. That is awesome. Absolutely. Okay, I'm just going to have a little bit of compassion for myself here. And for all y'all who ever done a video or got done with the meeting and you realize you have food in your mouth, there you go. Just roll with it, people. It's real world, right? Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, God. Thank you for the... I love things like that happen in life. I love it. And that's why I'm not going to edit it out. So anyhow, I'm on the phone with Joe Mama, my summer mom, and enjoying just this little moment with her and just enjoying this opportunity to connect with this sweet old lady. She's getting older and slower and all the things. And one of these days she is going to pass. And I'm so grateful that I got to have her in my life. And I'm so grateful for Heather Dumas, who was in my life, who encouraged me to be healthy before I went in for all of my colon cancer treatments. I had surgery and chemo and the whole bit. I'm grateful for people like clients who are real, who lean into saying, you know what? I need a break. I can't take this toxicity. I've got to find something else. And they are willing to acknowledge it. And so, like, I can just think of a bunch of other examples also where people are dealing with stresses and trauma in their personal lives, in their work area. Like, it's happening, you guys. So I'm going to come back to my point at the beginning of this video of intentionality. Could we please live with a little bit more of intentionality? Let us not squander the beautiful moments that we are given. And I'll tell you what, after hearing about Heather's death, I wanted a hug from my husband and my daughter. And they left the house, had gone to run some errands. So they come home, and I let them know what's going on. And they don't have a deep personal connection with Heather, but they've heard me share her name before in conversation, so they know of her. But what my husband and my daughter recognized is that I was hurting, having lost this beautiful friend on earth. Now she gets to be one of my angel friends, right? So let us work on building relationships at home. So when something's hard, when we lose a friend, or just, it's just so gross, bad at work, so toxic, that we have those wonderful relationships, right? Because you can't go to your family members and your friends for love and support if there isn't a good, loving, supportive relationship there. So if something is broken, if something is wrong, look for ways to have better relationships, right? Look at what your part is. Is there something that you've done to make those relationships toxic and unhealthy? And if that's the case, be intentional, fix it, work on it. I'm totally wiping my nose because I have boogers and I don't want to have boogers when I'm talking to you. Anyhow, keeping it real today, keeping it real. So my friends, please lean into the intentionality. It's one of the most compassionate things you can do for yourself, and one of the most compassionate things you can do for your family members. And if you're needing help and ideas about how to deal with that, get a copy of my book, Call for Compassion. You can find it on Amazon. The link will be somewhere here on the page, but maybe hug your loved ones a little bit longer, because you never know when that sweet little 85-year-old lady is going to be gone, and she's not going to be available to take your call when she's out puttering around with the chickens. God bless, my friends. Please live compassionately.